Shelving, it's a must-have, whether it's inside or outside the home. And by far, the trend is floating shelves. No clunky legs or bulky brackets to detract from that clean, modern look. You can't beat it, so I'm going to be building one right here. And the key to making it strong, well, that's all the hidden fixings. And there's no better project to do on a rainy day like today. I'm using some 140 by 45 treated pine. I'm going to cut the front and back first, then some noggins to go in between. Now everything's cut up, I've just marked out where all the noggins are going and spaced them out evenly. And to fix these in place, I'm just using some galvanised screws because obviously this bench is going to be outside. Now, one of the main tricks to making this a floating shelf is before you put the front piece on, get some heavy-duty galvanised angles, and I'm going to attach them to each of the noggins, which will give it extra strength. Now, on each end, I've just used a spade bit to countersink a hole because I'm going to have my decking boards going here, and I don't want the coach bolts sticking out proud. At this stage, I've just mounted the shelf, or at this height, it's more like a bench, to the wall, just with two fixings at each end to hold it in place. So now I can go through and mark the permanent holes. Then I'll remove it and enlarge those holes. These screw anchors that I put in are not going to be strong enough to hold this bench in place. So for the rest of the holes, I'm going to be using a chemical fixing, which means inside the hole, I'll put this chemical, then I put the anchor stud in. And those two combined are what's going to give this bench the strength to hold it in place. Now, with chemical fixings, you just need to make sure that you get rid of all the dust inside the hole. Now that I've got this front piece on, I'm just painting the frame black. Because I'm going to be cladding it with the decking boards, I want the gaps in between to look like a shadow line, instead of seeing this blonde timber. All right, I'm ready to start putting the cladding on, and for that I'm just using some 140 spotted gum decking, and I'm making mine 3 boards wide. That's a good thing to remember. Whatever material you do use, just make sure that it works to the right width. Also, it's good to think about the location of your bench. As you can see here, if I made this one too wide, well, I wouldn't be able to use this path. And to fix it in place, I'm just using screws. Once it's all down, I'll go over it with a coat of clear. So as you can see, this bench top's not only practical, but it's easy on the eye too. It looks like it's defying gravity. In fact, you could say this bench top's off the wall in the looks department.